Hey there you guys, it's me Max, and today we're going to be starting a bit of another playthrough, or kind of a let's play really, of a game called Path of Exile. Now, Path of Exile is kind of your standard Diablo clone, but it's also a free-to-play game, so it has that kind of appeal going for it. Now, I know what a lot of people are thinking, where you have options, say, like Diablo 3 or Torchlight 2, and then you have this game. Those are pretty much your three really very large kind of hack and slashy third-person isometric kind of genre dominators, really. Diablo 3 is Diablo 3. Torchlight it's alright, I like it. I just like Path of Exile more for a few reasons. I like it because the art style is more like Diablo 2. I like the incredibly in-depth passive tree, which is basically talent tree. And I like how skills works. And I also like how there isn't gold, say like in Diablo 3 or in Torchlight 2. You actually use in-game items that have actual uses outside of just, replacing them. And I know that sounds like a bit of a weird concept, but you'll see once we get into the game. And if you want to actually, learn more about the basic game, because this is not going to be a explanation of what the game is, I would just say go watch Little Biscuit's WTF is of Path of Exile, because that's how I found the game. Now with all that little kind of basic introductory stuff out of the way, we are gonna start this game. Now I have played this before a little bit, and I know how I like my characters to be. In more of my hack and slashy games, I kind of like a bit of a more sword and board kind of person who just it gets incredibly tanky. Is kind of my general archetype, although we might, switch things up on the fly, but we'll see. Now, I would go through explaining all of the individual characters, but again, that would take so much time. I might do it in another video if anybody else asks, but in the meantime, again, also just go to Path of Exile's website to get a basic idea of, say, how the classes work. Now, let's see. With that saying, I know exactly what I'm kind of going to do here. Now we're going to start with the duelist, and I'll try and let him talk.
He had it coming. Was I supposed to bear such insults with an action simply because of his high birth?
Who knows?
That lord sang a different tune with 6 inches of steel in his guts. Now they call me a criminal for defending my honor. I'd do the same again to anyone who crossed me. I care naught for riches, little for friendship. The duel is all I need. I may be in exile, but I will carve a road back to Oriath, one foe, one victory at a time. Ill fortune may have banished me to Rayclast, but I will live to hear them scream my name in the great arenas again.
So there we go, that's kind of the basic duelist little story, and everybody has their own. I just like the duelist because of his basic playstyle, how he's a kind of hybrid of strength and dexterity, which is kind of how I like to play all these games. Now, let's see. For names, just do this. Simple, because you can't save numerical characters.
Was I supposed to bear such insults with an action simply because of his height?
The audio kind of started again. There we go. Rusted sword. Enter the Twilight Strand. Why not? Get up off the beach. There we go. See, dying.
We're all that made it. They dumped 24 of us exiles off that ship. Guess that makes us the lucky ones. Luckier than this poor bastard beside me, at any rate. Splinter sticking out of me? Missed all the important bits. I saw smoke at those ruins up the beach. Go get some help, and I might just...
Oh, you won't do any of that. Die.
Even the dead rise to challenge me here.
Let's see. I have it. It says hold Alt to show all items on the ground, but I have an option worked on where or tacked on where it says it should show everything on the ground. There we go. Nice cleave. Gonna go very kind of heavy AOE-ish. Also because you get more you get damaged way more by mobs of enemies than necessarily bosses. Alright, let's go down the beach. Let's see. Those spitter scorpion range guys. Die. 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 Go ahead. Yeah, get some. Yeah, cleave. Actually, hang on. This is my point. Like, all these orbs, all these items like this have uses outside of this. They can be used as currency for actual, like, traders. So you have to be more careful about what you get and such. So there's not really a lot of point to, say, just carrying a butt ton of stuff for no real reason. Let's see, I do this. Yeah, that's nice. Not terrible. And it's good enough to the point where we're not going to waste an orb of alteration. Oh. This is just an absolutely, like, bonkers Final Fantasy, like, stupidly large level of skills. I think you have something like 100 points as well. It's kind of just ridiculous. But you know what? I don't know. How are we going to build this? Alright, well, we'll figure out later. Let's see. Got my little hat on. Raise zombie. Oh. Raises a zombie to corpse will follow you and attack enemies. Can raise them with 3 zombies. What? You know what? I just figured out how we're gonna play this. I think we are gonna make a... Basically, we're gonna pull a Lich King. Because Wrath of the Lich King was my favorite expansion of World of Warcraft. And some of you might disagree, but that's not what this video is here for. Character in the 8 hour. Ah. Well, that's tempting, but no sale. Let's see, go explore around some more. Ah, nice plate vest. Anything up here besides more just unfortunate souls? Oh, this is gonna be fun. Bring it on! Like little babby Lich King is basically now going for. Also, potions are not the same in this game as other games. Your potions are life flasks that refill as you kill stuff, and individual potions can have like certain effects tacked onto them. Let's get 3 zombies. Just go mob through this. Let's see. Am I missing anything? Die. Cleave. Oh. There we go. Cleave. Yeah.
It's nice not to be dead yet.
Gotta make sure you kill everything, right? All that experience. Alright, now we get to take our first shot. I think it's like a blood magic thing. Can't be evaded. Potential. You know what? Well, we have to start here, so. Actually, hang on, there's. Sounds like there's people. Okay, this is my overeager zombie. Now, come on. To melee and unarmed range. +2 to weapon and unarmed range. 20 strength. Yeah, we'll make it to where the dexterity is a little less required. If I'm right, pretty sure we can start getting into magic stuff fairly soon, depending on how we do this. Life leech applies instantly. Life recovered from fire. Okay, you know what? We're spending too much time on this. We'll go this way first. Maximum life, increased weapon damage. Not bad. Apply points. Alright, let's go. Let's get all those. I want to try and keep one. Nice scroll of wisdom, which is your basic identify scroll. Oh. is going to be Ooh, armor scrap. Ah yes, my cleave. And your skills can level up as well. So how much will this do? I think it just flat upgrades it. 4% increased physical damage and reduces the damage while I dual wield. Pretty sure cleaving works with two-handed weapons, so we should be okay. Leave. Leave. All the AoE. Let's see. Gonna move on down the beach. Oh god, this is the little starting boss here. Actually, let me run back and grab more corpses now, couldn't I? Not really doing this optimally. 1, 2. Now let's go. Go, my minions. You as your king command. Oh god. I hurt. Ooh, legendary greaves. Fist. A hatchet. There's no point. We're going for two-handed weapons when we actually get them. It is nice to pick up some things, but you can't do too much. Alright, let's... Oh, I can actually level it up. What's the next level actually give me here? Alright, we'll see. Mana cost 9, cast time. Let us see what that did. I think... Well, what did it actually do? Cast time. Equal to mana cost. I don't think it necessarily gave us anything. Oh, every time. There we go, let's enter town. Lion Eyes Watch. See, flask on your belt refills as you kill enemies. Hello, person. Now, welcome to Lion Eyes Watch. Ah, yes. This game is incredibly good for free-to-play because it doesn't offer power in any way at all. All you can do is, again, get your standard boost and kind of cosmetic effects. Prime example, if you can get armor effects on your armor, which you can't see right now, but he bought the necrotic weapon effect, I believe. Or actually, it's butterflies. Basically, you can buy effects for your weapons that I believe you can constantly change through all of your armor. I just don't know because I haven't bought anything for this game. I haven't played it recently enough. There we go. Start talking to everybody in town.
Now there's a face I never expected to see exiled. Maidens of Oriath must lie wailing in their beds now that the mighty duelist has left them. Or is that why you're here? Did you disappoint your adoring fans somehow? I'm Nessa. And I suppose I should thank you for ridding us of Hillock, that putrid giant you felled out there. Back in Oriath, I disdained your kind. In Rayclass, I don't have that luxury.
Damn right you don't.
Lion Eyes Watch isn't much, but it's ours. We could use you here, while you live. But should you wish to venture out, do just one thing for me. Out on the coast, amongst the wrecks, there must be a ship's medicine chest. I have many to care for, and there's only so much I can do with herbs and seawater. Noted.
Ah yes, everything else is a quick note. A lot of things are pretty much instance outside of town, but when you're in town is one of the few times where you can see just everybody. Let's see what they have for sale. Purchase. I don't want to waste anything right now. Ooh, we do have iron greaves. I probably need to do something about. Alright. As you might know from my other... If you've ever watched any other videos, say like any Knights of the Old Republic thing, I've said that I like to kind of do the long-winded route, but explore more and learn more, and that applies true for this game as well. Let's ID these games. What? That's amazing! Holy butts, that's the greatest. There we go. Improves the quality of... We're gonna keep that. Let's go on.
What little help I can offer is yours.
I don't need wands. Hey! Oh, my offer. Oops, run away. But yes, and this is how basically selling works. You don't get money, you get, like, actual items. And the items have other uses. See the order of transmutation and alteration, like, they have uses. Which is an amazing concept that I really like. Because it basically makes gold farming not a thing. Except that. Talk to the rest of the folks in town.
A dashing duelist, drenched and deserted on the dreariest strand. That's the first line of the poem I'm writing about you, Exile.
So nice.
Easy, lad. You could lacerate a bloke with a look like that. The name's Bester, captain of the good ship Merry Gull. Alas, my Merry Gull is gone. My crew is gone. But my wits remain, after a fashion.
At what cost?
There's an island, a hop, skip and a wade offshore of the terraces. That's where my Merry Gull ran aground. Watched the locals spit roast the ship's doctor, but his medicine chest might still be there, amongst the splinters and bones. It'd have everything Nessa might need. Dr. Shaky Hands Opton was lousy with a scalpel and even worse with a saw, but he knew his apothecary. Explains the shaky hands, if you ask me.
Ah. Get some more flavor about the game.
Poor Nessa. Not even a mother herself, and yet she cares for us all. And what a sickly, pathetic brood we are. May she live to have her own family. A real family. If anyone deserves that, Nessa does.
Give me that much. I didn't notice the baby in the background till right now.
Arrow, the Merry Gull's cook, washed up on the rocks over yonder. Dead as a doornail he
Dead
was.
as a
Buried
doornail.
him myself. Then, a few days later, I see him on the beach. A little worse for wear, but upright, shuffling about. A land full of disturbing surprises, this Rayclast.
Sounds like a zombo. Ah, yes, there's another point. Somebody really hasn't placed them well. But you can get just amazing looking effects like that on your, like, armor and stuff. It's rather nice looking. And I might go and buy, just say little stuff, if I actually end up playing the game a lot and end up liking it. Because I played it for a good amount of time, for a good little stint of time. I just need to play it more to justify at least getting a weapon effect or something. Excuse me.
Fine work with Hillock. Where'd you learn to fight like that? No, don't tell me. We exiles have no history. Dominus took it from us the moment his blackguards dumped us in the water out there. Just live or die now. Here, have one of these. And no need to thank me. I'm thinking of myself and the others here.
So nice.
The
Thank
longer
you,
we
Dark Lord.
fighters live, the longer everyone lives.
Ah, yes. And this changes depending on what you are. Dual strike. Does not. Will only. Double strike. With your main hand melee weapon. That is a bitch to say. Well, the only one that really has any prevalence to us is double strike if we're going for kind of a Lich King kind of build. There we go. Get some more flavor text.
The walls of this old ruin. Lion Eyes watch. Defensible enough with a few stout, well-armed veterans. But what have I got? Starving exiles with driftwood clubs and rusted dirks.
Yeah.
Still, there's the waypoint. A piece of locomancy. Couldn't use it till I found another one out in the mudflats under a rower's nest. Step on that one and you're back here in a flash. Though I spill my lunch every time I use the damn thing.
Basically, it's your standard, each town, and after a while, certain points of exploration have little teleport pads, that little blue pad up there. They can get you around to save yourself some time.
The Eternal Empire has some right nasty leftovers. Whether it's something in the air or in the water, no one stays dead in Rayclast. Not the first time. It'll take a little while, but sooner or later corpses wake up and go looking for breakfast.
Brains. Bestil.
Bestil's a strange fish. Best taken salted. That hat he wears? Plucked it right off the real captain's head. Captain didn't mind. Generous fellow. had given the rest of himself to the scavengers already.
Ah, so he's a fucking liar. Of course, I've played through the first act, so I know a bit of what I'm doing here. But it's all kind of randomized to a point, so there is some replay in it.
Nessa's the best of us. Not one of Dominus's exiles. A wreck survivor. She keeps us from losing what's left of our minds. Salem's sweet tongue sang it right. The fairest flowers bloom in the foulest places.
Not bad. Now, if I'm right, Tarkley is the armor and weapon guy over here. Yep. Two-handed mace. Well, we can't really get two-handed swords yet, can we? Oh, but we can. Now, one-hand sword, corroded blade. I think I know how we're gonna do this. Move this over to my awesome greaves, and then we will get move this down here, that there, that there. Get the corroded blade, and then just of course re-equip it, which is always nice. You're never ever locked down to say having to keep a sword. You can always just take out your skills and put it in something else. Now, let's see. Do we have anything that's worth buying, really? Bucklers, which I'm not going to use. Third page. Had to cost 2 scrolls of wisdom. Well, but... There we go. And so it begins. Let's see if we're missing anything else. No.
What now?
Oh. Actually, you thought we can do this.
Tarkley, rescued from the waves. A stricken Bestel, fate's slave. From fallen crew and broken bark, Bestel lives, thanks to Tarkley.
Boo. So elegantly done, but not quite. Actually, before we talk to Nessa, because she's probably going to...
Can I help?
Yep. Something to say. Something unique about this is that your stash... Well, I don't know if it's necessarily unique. It's just a point that I like about the game, is that anything you put in your stash will actually transfer to other characters. So we can just keep a sword in here at some point in the near future. So you can also have many ults and actually transfer items back and forth from these, which is always nice. Let's see, let's talk to Nessa.
Tarkley's as good a man as you can find on this godforsaken coast. He has some wrongs to right, no doubt. What they are, I don't really care. If not for him, we'd all be dead.
Well, it's nice to know we're all nice people. Human beings are capable of great things.
Bestel's ship tore its belly open on the rocks out there, trying to escape from corsairs. The pirates took what they wanted. The scavengers took the rest. Tarkley pulled Bestel from some hideaway in the wreckage, the only one on board to survive. Whether the ordeal turned his mind, or whether it's just his nature, Bestel sails a different course to the rest of us.
Politely, he's fucking insane. But he's that innocent kind of insane that nobody cares. That's actually a really cool weapon effect. Nice. There we go. Quest complete. Ah, yes, that's... Enemy at the gate. Got that quest completed. Alright, I think next time we can start our Mercy mission, which is basically find the medicine chest at the remnants of Bestel's ship. Alright, I think, yeah, that is a good spot. We can cut it there. But of course, all we have to do is knock out this centered little outro, little material, and then we'll be just fine to end it. So, if you liked me, you can press the subscribe button and subscribe to my channel for future content. If you liked or disliked the video, you can press the like or dislike button underneath the video. And if you would like to talk about the video, you can do so in the comment section below. Alright, thank you guys, and I'll see you guys next time.